Good morning, students. In this video, I am going to explain you about some of the applicable and most likely questions from the lesson Life Process. First question is, name the term for transport of food from the leaves to other parts of the plant. So what do you call for the term for transportation of food from leaves to other parts of the plants? It is translocation of food. So what is translocation of food? It is a transportation of food materials from the leaves to other parts of the plant body. And that process we call it as translocation of food. The next question is, what process in plants is known as transpiration? So what process in plants is known as transpiration? So here you have to define what is transpiration, children. Transpiration is a process of loss of water from the plant body. So it is the loss of water in the form of water vapor. The loss of water in the form of water vapor is called as transpiration. So transpiration is the loss of water in the form of vapor from exposed parts of the plants. The loss of water in the form of vapor from exposed parts of plants is called as transpiration. Next question is, name the tissue which transports soluble products of photosynthesis in a plant. So what do you name for the tissue which transports soluble products of photosynthesis in a plant? It is phloem tissue, children. So phloem tissue is also called as food conducting tissue, which transports soluble products. The next question is, name the tissue which transports soluble products like water and minerals in plants. So this is water and mineral salts, that is xylem tissue. So xylem tissue helps in transportation of soluble products like water and mineral salts. It is the xylem tissue. The next question is, how do autotrophs obtain carbon dioxide and nitrogen to make their food? So how do autotrophs obtain carbon dioxide and nitrogen to make their food? So autotrophs are nothing but the plants which prepare their own food. So these autotrophs obtain carbon dioxide from soil. So autotrophs obtain carbon dioxide from soil, or carbon dioxide, sorry children, autotrophs obtain carbon dioxide from air and nitrogen from the soil, and that is ammonium and nitrates. Ammonium and nitrates. Carbon dioxide from air, nitrogen from the soil. The next is, where do plants get raw materials for photosynthesis? So where do plants get raw materials for photosynthesis? So terrestrial plants get carbon dioxide from air. Terrestrial plants get carbon dioxide from air, and aquatic plants get carbon dioxide from the aquatic medium. Aquatic plants get carbon dioxide from the aquatic medium, that is water. Okay students, so aquatic plants get carbon dioxide from water. Aquatic plants get carbon dioxide from water. And water and mineral salts, terrestrial plants get water and mineral salts, terrestrial plants get from soil. And aquatic plants or organisms get water and minerals from the aquatic medium. in which they grow. Aquatic plants get from the water and solar radiations. Whether they are aquatic or terrestrial, solar radiations or solar energy is required for the plants to prepare their own food. Carbon dioxide from air, water and minerals from soil, and solar radiation. The next question is, name the process in plants where water is lost as water vapor. So name the process in plants where water is lost as water vapor. Process is called transpiration. The loss of water from plant body is called transpiration. The loss of water from plant body is called transpiration. Then what is translocation in plants? I have already explained to you children, translocation is nothing but the passage of food. It is the passage of food from the leaves to other parts of the plant body. It is the passage of food in the form of soluble solutions from the region of manufacture to the region of usage. So the passage of food in the form of solution from the region of manufacture to the region of usage. Okay students, this we call it as translocation. Next question, which pancreatic enzyme is effective in digesting proteins? So for the digestion of proteins, which is the enzyme? That is trypsin. Which helps in breaking down proteins. Trypsin converts amino acids, proteins into amino acids. The next question is, name the enzyme found in the saliva to break down starch. It is the salivary amylase. So which enzyme is present in saliva to break down starch? It is salivary amylase or ptyalin. So what is the role of acid in the stomach? So acid is nothing but hydrochloric acid, which is produced in gastric juice. This gastric juice, which contains HCl, disinfects the food. The function of acid is to disinfect the food and acidifies and helps in acidification for proper functioning of proteolytic enzyme called pepsin. So the acid in the stomach helps in disinfectant of the food and acidifies for proper functioning of proteolytic enzyme called pepsin. Name two ways in which glucose is completely oxidized to carbon dioxide and water with the help of oxygen, releasing 686 calories of energy. So what are the two ways? The first way is called aerobic respiration, children. Aerobic respiration. So aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen. Aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen, where complete breakdown of glucose takes place with the release of carbon dioxide and water and large amount of energy. So aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen with the release of carbon dioxide and water along with energy. This we call it as aerobic respiration. The next one is anaerobic respiration. So in anaerobic respiration, It takes place in the absence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen. In the absence of oxygen, forming product, releasing carbon dioxide and lactic acid, or we call it as ethanol, and this process is called fermentation, which we see in lower organisms. Next question is, where does digestion of fat takes place in our body? So where does digestion of fat takes place? You can see the stomach. Stomach extends into large, small intestine, children. The beginning of the stomach we call it as duodenum. Beginning of the stomach is called duodenum. So this duodenum helps in digestion of fats. So duodenum helps in digestion of fats with the help of the enzyme called lipase. And lipase helps in breaking down fats into fatty acids and glycerols. Fatty acids and glycerol. Name the component of blood that helps in formation of blood clot in the event of cut. So if you have a cut or wound, what makes the blood to clot? It is blood platelets, children. So blood platelets help in clotting of blood. And these platelets consist an enzyme called thromboplastin. So thromboplastin helps to clot the blood. It contains a protein called prothrombin, which helps in clotting the blood. So platelets contains thromboplastin. Next question, state the basic difference between respiration and photosynthesis. So respiration involves catabolic process, children. Respiration involves catabolic process. So catabolic process is nothing but the large molecules are broken down into small molecules with the release of energy. So in catabolic process, large molecules are broken down into small molecules with the release of energy. This we call it as catabolic process. And catabolic process involves complete breaking down of glucose, children. Here the glucose is broken down into small molecules to release energy. This we call it as respiration. And this respiration we call it as catabolic respiration or exergonic reaction. Exergonic reaction also we call, or we call it as catabolic process. The next one is, in photosynthesis it is anabolic or endergonic reaction. Here small molecules are assembled into large molecules with the where energy is required. So in photosynthesis the small molecules are assembled into large molecules and energy is required. This we call it as endergonic reaction. Okay, children. So photosynthesis is nothing but anabolic process. Here small molecules are assembled into large molecules. Small molecules are assembled into large molecules and energy is required. Okay, students. So this anabolic process is also called as endergonic reaction. So this anabolic process we see in photosynthesis in plants. Respiration is catabolism and photosynthesis is anabolism. Next question is, name the intermediate and end products of glucose breakdown in aerobic respiration. So here in aerobic respiration the intermediate product is pyruvate or pyruvic molecule, children, which contains 3 carbon molecule. So pyruvate or pyruvic acid also we call, plus energy. So intermediate is pyruvic or pyruvate molecule and end product is carbon dioxide and water with energy. carbon dioxide and water with energy. Okay students, intermediate is pyruvic acid and with energy. End product is carbon dioxide, water with energy. Next is name the stored food in animals. So in animals, what is the stored food called? It is called glycogen, where it is stored in the liver. That is, glycogen and fats are stored in the liver and provides energy during emergency. Name the components of food not digested in stomach. So in the stomach, what are the components of food which are not digested? That is starch and carbohydrates. These are not digested in the stomach, children. Starch and carbohydrates are not digested in the stomach. They are digested in the mouth with the help of salivary amylase. They are broken down into glucose with the help of salivary amylase. The next, mention the site of complete digestion of carbohydrates, proteins and fats in humans. So where we can see the complete digestion in human beings? That is small intestine, children. So the complete digestion takes place in small intestine. Complete digestion is in small intestine. Name the enzyme present in pancreatic juice. So what are the enzymes present in pancreatic juice? Trypsin, pancreatic amylase and pancreatic lipase. These are the enzymes found in pancreatic juice. The last question is, children, state the function of alveoli of lungs. So what is the function of alveoli of lungs? Is exchange of gases, children. It is the exchange of gases. So that is carbon dioxide and oxygen between blood and lungs. Between blood and lungs, that is blood and air, where exchange of gases takes place between blood and air. Okay students, so in the next video we shall learn about few more questions from the lesson life process. Thank you.